Hi you guys, how's it going? So I just stopped into Ulta Beauty really quickly, even though usually I prefer Sephora. My ears are popping all bogus. It's been 9 days of sleeping in my car with Xavier on the ground next to me, because on the days that he was permitted to sleep in the car, my husband, Weston's father, he proceeded to leave the vehicle in the middle of the night and leave the doors unlocked, which we all know is not acceptable for me, as it's been communicated in a number of ways that with regards to these lines that they've installed and the ones in my ears, that some third-party individuals were actively trying to gain access to those lines, and tampering with my body in a space of unawareness. So I drive 7 out of 7 days of the week, usually Grubhub. And today I was making a delivery on 200 South Wacker. And I got into a conversation with someone with regards to the instant cash out option and the direct deposit option. And I got forced back into discussing the fraud that had been conducted in my bank account. And I had to cancel my debit card again, which is such a pain in the ass. And now I cannot gain access to my funding until a very specific time and day. And by funding, I mean the money that I work 7 days a week to create for myself. Additionally, I have a need to immediately and urgently access other applications. It has been reported to me on the line and off that a number of individuals have been calling third-party hubs using my name. Thursday or Wednesday of last week, they called Wrigleyville police and told them that I was staging a bomb threat and that I was driving around Wrigley with guns and bombs. So I got pulled over, surrounded by 8 or 9 squad cars, overwhelmed my nervous system. What else is new? If that hasn't been going on, I've been subjected to numerous, and I mean unlimited amounts of questionings specific to mostly predatory sexual experiences in which I have been raped or assaulted. I don't have any downtime. I was harassed and stalked out of the gym, so I have not been able to even use a gym membership since February. I weigh about 123 pounds. I'm 5'9", and I'm incredibly frustrated. I'm not being permitted to work on my novel. I'm not being permitted to publish my book. All of my life experience is being used and exploited by third-party individuals who are presenting to the world that they are me for and only for the purpose, as I'm aware of, receiving payment or other incentive for the suffering that I've endured. I have not been paid a single dollar for being used as a mole without my permission, knowledge, or consent since approximately the age of 14. And I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated. Xavier, in the last 9 days, has been so all over the place. He always, prior to 9 days ago, rode in the vehicle with me and supported me through my deliveries. I haven't felt like he's been himself or under his own control in months. It feels like there is like an evil, jealous bitch in his body, speaking to me with crudeness, disrespect, contempt, you name it. And last night, mind you, I'm sleeping in my car if I'm able to sleep. Like, these people have been awful. It's been 9 days since I was displaced from 1055 North Granville. And after they promised room and board, they provided nothing. And this is my car. And they keep on jumping on the line going, oh, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. When she parks, do this. Like, they're gross individuals. I don't understand how anyone could come up with these plans and how my protection team could just intermittently tap in and out. I'm tired, you guys, for real. I miss my children. I miss my ex-husbands being normal with me and communicating with me, co-parenting with me effectively. I miss my mom, my sister, my brother, my stepfather, my regular father, my children the most, more than anything. I'm very concerned with the entire situation that has been taking place with regards to my baby, the 2.5-year-old, my son, and even more so with the allegations and threats that if I create any further documentation listing the details of the unlawful behaviors that have been done unto me, that I will be criminally punished. Where am I supposed to keep this information? How am I supposed to protect myself and my family? I did another round of calls to Child Protected Service lawyers for my 2-year-old son this morning. I made no progress. I did another round of calls for other interventional assistance with regards to that situation, as well as the situation stemming from the extortion with David Shepard in 2016, the detective. I've gotten nowhere at all. And Xavier has been really, really unsupportive lately. I don't need that at all. Also, someone has hacked into my phone again and changed my iCloud password of my primary phone, so I cannot download any work-related applications, any applications at all. I cannot make any money if I don't have access to my iCloud. Not only that, but I started calling around places for refurbished phones so that I could trade in these two phones, an iPhone 13 Pro that they've locked remotely and an iPhone 13 that they've also locked remotely. And they're talking to me like if I'm crazy. Well, we don't know how to do that. What the fuck do you mean you don't know how to do that? Your business advertises that you do trade-ins and refurbishings, that you buy old cell phones, that you give either cash money or a trade-in on the value of a new phone. Now they've rendered me helpless, stuck in my car like a fucking idiot for the next how many days until they're able to transfer my $400 paycheck from the last 4 days that I have instant cash out available for. I work every day. There is no extra Heather. I make deliveries sometimes 12 to 13 hours a day to be okay. Just to be okay. No, I'm not a drug dealer. No, I'm not a sex worker. No, I'm not a pimp. No, I'm not any of those things. I'm a mom with 10 years experience of healthcare administration who drives deliveries full time. Until 8 days ago, I lived in my own apartment with my husband, Xavier, that I handled all of the bills for, over $23,000, and for one single room, $20,000 to $23,000, plus $1,200 a month for my car payment and insurance. Now they've got Xavier wandering around the streets, dirty as fuck, in some gross crocheted cream colored Zara shorts with 2 to 3 inches of his butt crack showing, a crop top that says Loretta Lynn on it, some country singer, and he's not brushing his hair. They're not letting him brush his teeth. They're not letting him change into something acceptable. They keep on making him very antagonistic with me and disrespectful. Last night, when I finally found the space that he was waiting in, not because he was communicating with me over the phone, because that'd be too fucking simple. He doesn't want to break up. He doesn't want to separate. He wants us to get our child, get our house, and move away from here, right? Sounds like a familiar rhetoric, doesn't it? Just hold on, babe. I'll be home soon. You'll never have to do any of that again. I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life, Heather. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I comply. And I do everything they ask. You know? And then I finally meet up with Xavier yesterday after working a, I believe, 12-hour shift and driving Grubhub. And I find him standing in the parking lot of Ulta in Boys Town. And he's like, just so checked out of life. Like, he's just walking. He's like on autopilot of like a dirty, weird, homeless person. Like, he's like waddling like this. His inner thighs are all chafed. He's walking like 1 to 2 inches at a time, complaining of this rash, going into every restaurant, asking them to give him food, but he won't come with me in the car so that I could buy us some food. He won't act normal for whatever reason, because God forbid I deserve a significant other, a husband, and a support system that actually acts in a way that's, you know, desirable for a woman. Why on earth would I want that? Then they're fucking telling people that I'm androgynous. There's nothing androgynous about me. I want to be a woman because I'm a woman and I like to be feminine. I'm not a fucking androgynous. I'm a woman. Then they're following me around with these fucking Jeeps again. I don't play that shit. Stop following me. Go away. Get the fuck away from me with your Jeeps, with your little duckies all lined up, and your threats that you're capturing sitting ducks. Get the fuck away from me. I don't know. I already asked multiple times and they said supposedly it was like a show of good faith or some bullshit like that. No, dude, it wasn't. It was some manipulative bullshit because you have the real Xavier, the one I had a baby with, having sex with random fucking women and exploiting them in exchange for my car, my apartment, my fucking perks, because you are all scumbag pieces of shit. And I don't want to fucking play your game. And I don't want to play any of these women. I don't want to exist here. I don't like you people. You're awful, terrifying individuals. You exploit all sorts of people who are good people. You change my voice. Yeah, they tell these young girls and dumb girls, oh yeah, if you suck my dick, I'll give you Heather's apartment. This is a true story. That is why I don't have access to my apartment right now. This individual is exploiting other people's stability, incentivizing young women to turn sexualized so that they can exploit them for profit. And also subsequently send a message to the rest of society that if you're not a dick-sucking whore, you can't achieve anything in life. And I have to disagree with that message entirely. This is Glossier Puff. I just hate these individuals because it's like they are actively pretty much standard working to cause me trauma. And if I ever appear like I'm okay, they take it as an excuse or a reason to be like, well, fuck Heather. She's okay for 35 seconds. Let's go ahead and give everyone else what they want while Heather is slowly worked, or actually pretty quickly worked back into a traumatized space of mind. Oh, wow. And then it's back to my technology and environmental protections are disappeared again. And they're back to the harassment on my social media comments, which I've been promised by all of the government protection teams and fucking lying and scumbag individuals who are supposed to be protecting the internet as a safe space via law, virtual law. This is 6 years old, this problem. And we have already come up with so many solutions. And then they just, every single time I'm a little bit okay, they break me down again, you know? That's their fucking job, I guess. To make sure that I can't smile for longer than 35 fucking seconds a day. And that every moment I spend smiling is balanced with hours of fucking tears or pain. I have been sleeping in my car for another 9 days after they promised that I would never be without a safe place again, following everything they've already done to me. They said no more tents. They said Chicago doesn't even allow that anymore. Ugh. I don't even know. I don't know how to even, they left me pregnant for 7 months on cement in a tent. We already resolved everything and they promised that it would never be an issue again. Now I need to find someone, an independent technology person with access to a computer that's not my computer, because apparently, so when I go onto my MacBook in an attempt to do a factory reset on my phone, which I'm 100% for sure aware is possible. Not only have I done it myself about 100 times, but I've also done the same for a computer that had an iCloud lock, a laptop that had an iCloud lock, multiple phones with iCloud locks. It's not that difficult to do. All you need is a USB connection to your phone, and then you just follow the instructions as they are clearly articulated and displayed on YouTube. That's right, YouTube, a website that is accessible to anyone in the world. Where is my surveillance team? Where is my protection team? Why do you keep on letting them follow me around with Jeeps? Where is Xavier going when he's disappearing during the day? Why are you allowing Xavier, my husband, to be dog walked all over fucking town? Why are you taking over control of his free will and using him for things that we do not morally and ethically align with, while our family continues to endure at the situation with our son, at the situation with this detective extorting me, and everything else that's gone on, and this physical separation that I have from my other 3 children for absolutely no reason? I am so over it with you guys. All you do is fucking lie. I need the higher authority to tap in with a solution, or I am going to have to call the play. I haven't seen Dylan since 2021. I haven't even spoken to him at all. Not at all. I'm Heather Gillespie. Yes, Dylan and I were engaged to be married. Now I'm in a committed monogamous relationship with Xavier. We've been together for 4 years. If you're new here, catch up. They've had me, so first they kicked us out of my apartment, and then they started dog walking Xavier into terrifying behaviors. They started making this terrible, gross, disgusting odor of chemicals burning around me when he would supposedly be smoking pot. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not new to life. I know how pot smells. Thank you. That is not the odor of marijuana. What in the fuck is that odor? And then the very first day that they made us leave my apartment, Xavier already started with the shenanigans. He started acting crazy. He started acting like a straight up homeless, like dirty, like, do you guys ever walk by certain areas of the city on certain days? It's only on certain days, because every other day the city looks like the fucking city of Atlantis, like golden streets and profitable businesses and thriving economies and all this stuff. Then randomly you come outside and you're like, whoa, should I just go back to bed? What's going on? And it looks like you are walking around some sort of Halloween town or something. Like, I'm not kidding. That's what they started making Xavier do. They had him, like, his neck was like this, and he was like sitting with his legs crossed, like going in circles like this at Montrose. And I'm like, Xavier, you have to get your stuff. We have to go. And I'm like, they're closing the park and we have to find a safe space. Mind you, this is the first night that after everything that they've done to me. Oh, I'm not gonna. After every fucking thing that they've done to me, this was the first night. And I'm like, you need to put your stuff away. Like, take it to your father's, put it in his garage, get in the car, and let's go. And he just keeps on making up excuse after excuse after excuse after why he can't get rid of this fucking cart. And it's like a moving cart, you know? It's not like a shopping cart. Just when I think it can't get any worse, he takes the moving cart to his father's. The bins I bought him to keep his belongings organized and, like, out of the way, they fucking moved them into the garage and left him with nothing but some dirty fucking garbage bags filled with shit. Like, what the fuck? I drive deliveries and use my car as a business and sleep in here. I exist in here. Why would you think that that would be okay? So I start yelling and screaming at him, and I'm telling him, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, it took us 2 days to walk 7 fucking blocks because you refused to get in the car and let me drive you there. Now you finally got a hold of your father and started moving the shit into the garage, and you're gonna leave the clean, organized things and grab some dirty garbage bags? So I have to move everything from my trunk, because my stuff is all very clean. I had to move all my luggages, my bin, put it in the back, fill up the trunk with his stuff, and then take my sofas that were tied up to the top of my roof to the suburbs so that my family can hold them for me until I move into my next place. And and he was talking totally normal. We're talking about his art business. We're talking about like the development and the next steps of like what we're going to do. And then they start telling me that basically, hold on one second. Everything is, going to be fine. We just have to get through these next few days. And by Monday, there's going to be a solution. And I'll have my new place to live by Monday. And now it's Monday. It's Monday at 4:40 p.m. And no one has presented me with a new place to live. And I've been subjected to more of the exact same abuse that they've already been doing. And Xavier is sitting next to this location of the city that he says, oh, well, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to move to another location. And I said, Xavier, I don't have the gas money to be driving around looking for you today. If you'd like to separate it, meaning you don't want to be together anymore, we can do that. No, I love you. It's all a ploy to get me to drive around running routes and looking for Xavier every single night. And then I'm trying to find a location to unlock this phone for me. As I said, I know I have the technological experience to be able to unlock this phone. I cannot afford to lose one more day of work. I cannot. My car payment is, if I don't pay my car payment in 6 days, I will have a lot of problems. Like, I've been building up my credit for the longest time. Every single time I get it to almost like above a 6, they come fuck with me again. Every single time. And after 6 days from today, it starts to negatively impact my credit score. I don't have time to lose another day of income. I do not have time. And then they play out of context versions of my lives that if I don't tell my team what's going on, they fuck me over. And they pretend like I've got the funding, but they steal it. I'm not kidding. Get me the fuck out of here. God damn it. I would like everyone who has ever raped me in a tent or outside of a tent to die. Oh yeah, it's a funny joke for them that they follow me around and peeled off the fucking rubber pieces of my windshield wipers so that it would look like I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to change her wipers. Well, guess what? I just got an oil change a week and a half ago on the 8th of July, and they know how to change windshield wipers. They didn't have them for sale at that location. I could easily ask anyone who works at AutoZone if they can fucking change my windshield wipers. So fuck you. Fuck you. Stop fucking with my car. Leave me alone and go away. And I'm hungry. And I really want a cucumber salad from Silver Spoon Thai with white rice. But I think today I might get something different. Maybe I don't know. Have you guys ever had Bibibop? Bibibop? It's like Asian inspired, kind of like Chipotle, except that they have, for the toppings, they have chicken, steak, Korean barbecue, tofu, carrots, cucumber, corn, Brussels sprouts, and then a sauce of your choice. I got that 2 days ago. Yesterday I had no food at all, nothing, just a cookie in the morning. And so I'm hungry now, and I'm tired, and I can't wrestle with Xavier anymore, and I'm exhausted of this, and I need my phone to work, and I cannot really handle any more at all. And I am tired. So over 279 Ashland Tire and Auto clinics. That's a lot. They don't like to keep me safe. They're rapists. They like to rape. That's what they do. They're rapists. Are the feds here watching the comments so you guys can move in 6+ years of this fucking harassment? Is this a corruption trap again? I'm pretty sure they're fucking the top right, and I'm far from the top, so I don't have anything to worry about. But just so everyone knows, I'm pretty sure they're fucking the top right in a corruption trap. Oh, he's probably just drying off. I hate it when people stand close to me and I feel like there's some sort of expectation. That's why you have to take what? So are you trying to imply that this muscular man standing to the right of where I'm sitting at the gas station, who's now disappeared and not even there anymore, is there because as you're communicating, I won some sort of upgrade from life and that I'm supposed to permit this gentleman access to drive my car to take me and him away from here? Is that what you're implying? Because no. And that's what they keep on saying on the line, that that's what they're offering. They're not fucking offering that. Where is Xavier? What's he going to do? And even if I say yes to that, then what? Then they're just going to hide me in some house and rape me some more? I want my own home. If there were someone here that was an upgrade for me or an upgraded version of technological advancement, etc., and so forth, then you would make that clear. You would communicate with me. You would not leave me sitting in a rainstorm underneath a fucking awning in the gas station, applying my makeup and just stand a person next to me and then have them disappear into thin air and begin talking your shit. You would communicate and articulate. They're called hope traps. They put people for absolutely no reason at all into bad situations. I think it's for their entertainment. I'm not quite sure. And then after they've endured, like myself, for over a decade now, various assaults, including but not limited to 2 bludgeonings, one with a tire iron, being jumped and stabbed by 3 women, prior to 10 years ago, I'm sorry, that was all in the last 6 years. Prior to 6 years ago, I've never been victimized in a violent way in my entire life, ever. Don't know how to fight, do not work for the UFC, am not a black belt in karate, have never been in a fist fight in my entire life, ever. Not once, ever. Have never shot a gun, have never stabbed with a knife or any other sharp object, have never bludgeoned, have never done anything like that ever. But for some reason, 6 years ago, they decided that they would begin to fuck with me and harm me in that way. And every single time the authority comes around and says, you will never have to go through that again, Heather. I'm so sorry that they put you through that. Like, we have a whole populace of far more qualified individuals to get into situations like that. I mind my own business. I show up for work every single fucking day and I stay out of everyone's way. Why are you fucking with me? I was alone for the first 2 years after Dylan and I broke up. And it was very difficult for me because I was subjected to the internet slander and the cancel Heather culture that literally made me want to die. They cut off all of my communication with my friends and family. Then they began to attack me on the internet and in person as well. I have already survived all of that. I am not willing to go back to that. Someone needs to fucking step in here. This is too much. How many years has it been like what for me? Being subjected to sometimes being sexually assaulted, having to respond to numerous lines of interrogatories and other interrogative style questionings, being mostly by myself or in the company of my significant other who only maybe 25% of the time shows up for me in any sort of way. I would say it's been like this now since 2020. And 2020 is also the year that I was separated from my children for absolutely no reason at all that makes any sort of sense at all. After I went to court in 2018 to 2019 and was named the primary custodial parent of all three of my older children by two different judges, not one, but two. So yeah, none of this shit makes sense. This has all been incredibly predatory. What is going on? Where are the solutions? And what happened to the authority that says they don't allow people to behave in this way or be predators against other people or sexually exploit people, etc., and so forth? Well, they said that Xavier did that. I was driving in the car, and then the next day they froze that whole side of my face, and then it went away like 2 weeks later, and they said that it was a line here you could see, and a line here you could see it too. Let's see, hold on. Here it is. Do you see it? And then I've also had about 1,000 milliliters of Restylane, Rivanesse, Juvederm, and Botox. So I don't work with students or student drivers, as they say. It's already been deemed 100% essential that we only work with North Center A team, period. So I'm not quite sure why they continue to send individuals to become a part of this set of circumstances who appear to have the level of intellect of a grade school child. Do you see what they're doing? Like, I'm not even driving, and they're just saying that I have less and less miles of gas available in my car. You have to fucking intervene. What are you people doing? Get rid of this fucking team. Fuck. Oh, do you? Is that what you want from me? Well, you know what I want for you? For you to die. You're a rapist. Do you think that I give two fucks about fitness anymore? No, I don't. I don't like it. I don't care about it. I want nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Yeah, I gave my life to supposedly my passion of creating wellness and healthy lifestyle and blah, 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 blah. And they just keep fucking me over for every idea that I come up with and every brand that I build and every fucking investment that I make. And they leave me with no love, no support, no physical contact. I don't even get a hug from my own husband. I don't get to see my children. They have me here like a fucking leper. And then if I cry or get sad or scared about it, they start in with the questionings about being raped. So there's no in between. You people don't believe in actual love and support for your partner? Like, what is wrong with you? You are gross individuals. Oh yeah, so anyways, then Xavier's so fucking rude and ignorant to me last night for no reason. And I told you, the real Xavier is a sweetheart and he loves me and he's nice to me. Then they allow this fucking creep asshole. It's like a woman. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like this all the time. Like the most gross, nasty, like I just oozing with hatred and just terrible. And I pull up after working a 12-hour shift. I'm exhausted. And I'm like, okay, are you ready? Please, can you get rid of this cart and get in the car? Blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, you know, like doing all of this, like over the top, extra, either gay or like ghetto hood woman, like stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? You know? And then he plays games with me the entire time, meaning like hides in certain little divots and like won't come out of like where he is, and then tells me go this way when it's a one way, so I have to go all the way around the block, and like just basically does any and everything possible to make my life more difficult, but won't let me go. They won't let me go. I drove all the way to the west, like borderline west suburbs, like 3 nights ago, just ready to let go of everything, like just ready to go, you know? And they just reeled me back in. They just reeled me back in. You know, I cannot, I don't. And like, just to have Xavier in the car is a problem now. Like, they took my apartment. They claim that they're sexualizing young women by offering them incentive to give them oral sex and saying, if you do this for me, I'll give you Heather's apartment. I'm not kidding. And saying that I wasn't willing to give sex to Xavier's line. What in the fuck does that mean? That without giving sex to the protection line, I have to leave my apartment so someone else can take it because they give sex to the protection line? What in the fuck is that? I need to reset my phone. I cannot reset my iCloud. These other 2 phones are locked. I need to get into them. I have no ability to do so until I don't even know when, unless I find a store that will. Do you know what else? I had a conversation with someone today when I was calling looking for refurbished phones to do a trade-in for. And this individual told me that all of the new phones come standard with ChatGPT, AI assistance, all sorts of stuff. How many years have I been expressing desire to learn more, interest, and taking courses through Coursera to teach myself these things? And then they omit me from the demographic of reaching any sort of accessibility within. I'm just tired, you guys. So if someone could please tap the fuck in and fix it, that'd be very lovely. I would like to either be put to sleep indefinitely or guaranteed to not have to suffer, be stalked, be chased, have my job application hacked in so some third party is working, collecting my money, be forced to listen to sex noises in my audio as if someone is having sex with my husband in my presence. That would all be great. And if there's anyone available, higher authority, if you could tap the fuck in, you're late as fuck, that'd be great. It's not like the things they plan are not beneficial. They're not funny. They're not cute. They're nothing. They're just pieces of shit. Like they're actual garbage. And I don't like who I am when they're around me. I don't like how others are when they're around them. I don't like anything about the circumstances while they're here. It's not for me. I want to be with my children, my husband, and far away from all of this shit. Indefinitely. Please. I've driven all of 2 deliveries today, and then I went to North Avenue in Ashland and back on a full $40 worth of gas that I put in this morning, and they've drained it all the way to a half a tank. These people are nothing but predatory. They are scumbags if I've ever fucking been able to identify what a scumbag is. I don't listen to that song. I listen to, and I won't let you fall, let you fall, let you fall. And pretty little baby, la la, pretty little baby, la la, pretty little baby. Oh, how I love you. We can talk for hours. You buy me flowers, pretty little baby. I'm so in love with you. Oh my gosh. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to put a couple more dollars in gas because they say that you get your best gas mileage if you keep it between half a tank and full. Oh wait, it's on the other side. Please do not beep. Why isn't Alexis answering? My daughter's not answering the phone. I think I told you guys she started cheerleading last week. Vivi moved to the suburbs with her husband. And my son is still in the suburbs by Ohio. I said my daughter Alexis is in cheerleading. And my daughter Vivi moved to the suburbs with her husband. And no, her husband is not. I used to know a black guy who hung out with that group of people that the detective told me I had to stay around. It was so fucking gross and disgusting to me when someone made the accusation or the allegation that that black guy, Ali, was the same Ali that my daughter's in a relationship with. No. Like, that guy is like 50 years old. What is wrong with you people? Or 40, like, yeah, he's probably 50. And my daughter is 19. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Ill. And then also, Alexa started cheerleading last week. She already had, I think, 4 or 5 practices. And my son is starting his last semester of high school. I know you guys know about the issue that took place after the show aired and started slandering me when two boys went up to my son and punched him at the same time like some fucking losers. And then my son got recommended to go to independent learning school and he was behind a full semester. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to the show. You guys have really helped my children and I really appreciate you. But anyways, he's about to go to the community college for his last semester, which is good. And hopefully, you know, he'll get that done soon. And then Vivi has her state boards because she's an esthetician. She finished esthetician school at Tricosi. Ironically, my mother started working at Tricosi after she quit at Export. So, yeah. Anyways, I need a new phone. Can someone please help me urgently? Because literally, this is so fucking ridiculous. And I do not have any clients. I do not have a sugar daddy. I pay my own car payment. I pay my own insurance. And I put gas in my car literally by myself daily. Usually Xavier does it, but now they don't even let him put the gas in my car anymore. I've suffered enough. For real. I put gas in my own car my entire life. And then they started raping me and fucking throwing me out of my house and separating me from my kids. And then Xavier comes back and I buy a car and I get an apartment and I stand back up and everything starts to get better. Yeah, okay, he treats me like shit and cross dresses and wears a dress. But he pumps the gas in my car every morning and puts air when I need it and makes me feel safe and not alone, you know? And that was too much for them, you know? No, God forbid, Heather have someone to help her pump the gas. Why would she need that? Fuck that. It would be much better for her, who selflessly has literally changed the world with all of her work and focus and effort and intelligence and kindness and compassion and all of that. But why on earth would anyone deem it acceptable for her to have awareness and a home? And I don't want awareness of any of the bad stuff. And I do not accept being sexually assaulted. I do not accept it. I believe in only monogamy. And that's it. And every single time they keep doing this angel thing, they make the AI make it feels like there's sex trafficking going on. Like it's gross. And they give you like cum taste and like all of these disgusting things. I told you guys already, I swear to God, on everything I love, universal, God, whoever you believe in, they were causing my female parts to open. Like I'm just driving down the street and then all of a sudden it feels like someone just hit a remote control like a garage door opener. I swear to God to you, on everything I love, I am not lying. I am not lying. Is there a filter? Turn the filter off. No, they're doing the fucking dark eyebrow thing again. They're such haters, I swear to God. They are nothing but haters, this team. Nothing but haters. I wear the same outfit every day. I order my leggings from Amazon. They're 5 for $25. And I have a lot of them. And up until 9 days ago or 8 days ago, I had my own laundromat in my apartment building. But now that I have no safe place other than my car, which is like a sick fucking sorry sad repeat of all the fucking victimizations that they did the first time. I'm not a mistress. I'm not an escort. I'm not a drug dealer. I literally deliver food and packages 7 days a week for just about enough money to survive. And if I have $10 or $20 extra, I send it to my son or bring snacks to my other daughter. Like, you people are gross. What the fuck? Where do you live that they have those? Like, what the fuck is this? I'm hungry. Well, I didn't eat all day yesterday. But today I might. I don't do drugs at all. I don't even smoke pot anymore. I don't drink. I told you guys about the really malicious thing they did to me the other day when they made me totally freak out, like totally freak out. Oh my God, it was awful. You have no idea. First, they made my gas almost completely run out. Then after that, and I was freaked out. I was so scared. Then they made Xavier start behaving real weird, real weird. Then they took me over with this lady that looks at the camera like this all the time. A scary lady, a terrifying woman, really scary. And I could feel her energy, you know, it was so weird. And then she started doing terrible things. That lady, you guys have no idea. She is really bad. She went into Walgreens and grabbed this display because it looked like someone who I used to have problems with. I didn't have problems with them. It was perceived that that individual basically engaged in a nefarious home-wrecking relationship with one of my ex-husbands while we were together. And there was this makeup display, and the girl kind of looked like that woman, and this lady fucking walked up to it, crazy as fuck, grabbed it, ripped it down, and just felt happy after that. I was like, oh my God, wow. So she's really crazy, that lady. Well, and then it was like, I didn't know if I should feel flattered, like, wow, thank you, or worried and concerned, you know, because it makes me look really fucking bad when she does stuff like that. So I don't know. I just asked that I please not be paired in that environment anymore, and I feel like it's been better since then. So who knows? Look at how beautiful this is. It's in the Luminous Love Modern Luxury Weddings Edition. And this is fall winter 2026. We're already receiving autumn publications. I looked up what autumn means and what fall means, and it means that there's a rebirth autumnal. So all of the old death associated with your existence falls away so that you're nothing but life. Isn't that nice? Look at this. What is FC? Chicago Fire FC. Oh, Chicago Fire football championship? Because Chicago Fire is soccer, but in Spanish it's called football. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, that's a big one, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, and a secret one. That makes 12. Don't tell me that they did that to Xavier. Don't you dare. I don't care if I fucking like the card or not. You don't... Yeah, we have another group of stalkers again. Now it's even worse because I had to leave my house. so I can't even go home to my apartment and be safe. And now they're fucking doing all sorts of fucked up shit, like fucked up stuff. Like they literally sent me boxes and boxes of Bibles and HIV testing kits addressed to GoPro Solo Hobo Heather Gillespie, saying that I was a whore and I was going to get HIV and I needed Jesus in my life and all sorts of other stuff. I'm talking about I would come home and there would be like, I don't know, maybe 7 foot tall worth of boxes stacked up. Mind you, I was asexual, abstinent before I met Xavier. I hadn't engaged in sex for almost 2 years with the exception of 3 other people classify them as rapes, but I classify them as incidences. Well, one of them, they made me walk back and forth from the suburbs to downtown for 5 days with maybe just like 45 minutes of sleep each day, if that. And then when I was too tired to keep walking, they told me that with no strings attached, they had a hotel room and a job for me, and that they owned a company, and that they already had a wife and children and everything, and that they didn't want me for anything sexual, that they just wanted to help me. And they brought me to a hotel room, and when my body collapsed to the bed, they had sex with me anyway. And that one was classified as a rape by force. And then the second one was when I don't want to talk about that one. And then the third one was when same situation. They wouldn't let me sleep. They kept on following me and stalking me. Every time I would lay down, they would fuck with me. They would throw their dog balls at me and make their dogs run on me. And while I was trying to sleep in the park, and because I was afraid to sleep at night and I was all alone. And so I would just go to the gym all night long. Export was 24 hours. Export was still in existence. And I would just stay in the gym all night long so that no one could get me. And then they did the same thing. They said that they had a room for me. I was exhausted. I hadn't slept in like 4 or 5 days. I had nowhere to go and no way. And they said that I could have the room. And when I got there, they just did sex with me anyway, even though I said no. And then it tried to happen a third time at Hotel Lincoln, and I ran away. I found energy and I ran away. And that's when I perceived that there was some, like angel around me. I don't even know why I brought that up. Oh yeah. I'll be right back. to eat something because Xavier had 2 pizzas from Pizza Domino's yesterday by himself. But I didn't forget to eat. I just didn't have time. And I wasn't really that hungry. And the day before I had a big bowl from BB. Not VV, but BB Bop. Which is, oh, I already told you guys, I think Asian fusion. It was delicious. So I might go back there. It's only $14 for a big bowl. And I don't know, I haven't been craving Chipotle lately. It hasn't been doing it for me. And I haven't really been wanting, well, for several days I was vegetarian. For several days, like 3 days. And I was just having white rice with cucumber salad, which is like red onion, a little bit of carrot, not too much, and really, really delicious cucumber. But I only like it when the cucumber is really crunchy and they remove the seed stuff, like the nasty part in the middle. So hey, do you guys, if you guys are local to Chicago, does anyone know a cell phone store that would be willing to trade an iPhone 13 and an iPhone 13 Pro for any other phone? I really want this phone because green's my favorite color and I really like it. Isn't it pretty? I love it. So cute. But, and look, the case is designed in Paris, France. But, they won't let me unlock it. I don't know why. It's so dumb. I know how to do a factory reset. And if I could unlock it and do a factory reset, then I could just move my service to this phone. I hope they didn't mess it up because it has dirt in the bottom. I've been keeping it really clean in my purse. This one does too. Look at how cute. Isn't that cute? Oh, I'm at the gas station on Ashland and Addison, across the street from the PNC. But I'm leaving here now. I'm gonna go look for food. And then meet up with Xavier. I have to figure out a way. I can't believe they wasted my entire day. I'm like really upset about it, and I am having hostile thoughts about how awful and terrible they are. Are you pointing out my crown again? What about it? I know how to pump gas all by myself. My point was I just got done being raped, stabbed, bludgeoned, you dumb fucking bitch. and treated like shit for many years, extorted by a detective of the law, separated from my children and family. So yeah, it was really nice to have someone with me to pump my gas for 1 fucking second. I cannot exist in these environments. They make me a really nasty, hostile person. It's bad for me. Like, who the fuck says that to someone? Oh, you just got done being attacked, stabbed, bludgeoned, separated from your children and loved ones, left outside in the middle of fucking nowhere with nowhere to go, used as a fucking hostage, kidnapped. And I'm wrong because I appreciate having my husband here for once to fucking pump my gas. You guys are jerks. You're jerks. I'm hungry. X, correct. Good job. X. Huber. Have you guys ever had this soup? Cream of chicken with rice? I love that soup so much. I could literally eat that soup every single day with like a little tiny small side salad. I used to always get the julienne salad when I was a little girl. My mom used to work at a restaurant on Sundays. She worked her way up from receptionist of Bally Total Fitness to vice president of purchasing. And when she was still the receptionist, she would get a shift on Sunday mornings for brunch when it was busy for our grocery money. My dad worked full-time too, but they had a mortgage in Elmhurst. They wanted, us to have an upgraded life and like live in a good school district and all of that. And I used to go there sometimes when she would be working because we only got 1 day a week with her. And it was Saturdays, because she was always working. And on Sundays, it was the restaurant Ruby, Dee, and me in Edison Park. And we would go there sometimes, and every Sunday it was Uncle Mike who made that soup, and he knows how to make it at home also, from scratch. And it was the most delicious soup I think I've ever had in my entire life, ever. And so satisfying and like hearty, and like you feel full, but you still feel light, And we would have like warm, fresh baked bread and a bowl of soup. And like a julienne salad. That's what I always get. I would always get that with like ham, cheese, chicken, turkey, tomato, cucumber, spinach, iceberg, romaine. And I would get like the half salad and the cup of soup and the fresh baked bread, and we would be able to see my mom because she would be working. So it's too late now. Don't beep at me. You guys, there's one of those Jeeps with the duckies on the windshield behind me. Oh no, they don't have duckies. They have ping pongs. They always do this on purpose. They like me to feel traumatized and afraid. That's what they do. And then they hate on me because I have a crown all the time. And they've probably never had a crown in their life, ever. I love bread. I think bread is one of the best foods ever. But I'm not a fan of butter. I prefer margarine. My favorite bread is the bread from the Cheesecake Factory. The brown one. With the seeds on top. They look like oatmeal. When it's still warm, when they bring it to you in the basket. I used to really like garlic bread, but a lot of garlic bread has a lot of salt. So I don't really like salt very much. that like metallic taste to me. I hate that taste. I don't drink alcohol. I don't remember where it is. I'm great at driving in reverse. I know how to drive in reverse. I'll be right back. A cake and a salad. Because they fucking lie to me and make me look like a... I hate you guys. Yum. I don't know her name. Shit. My grandma Shirley gets so mad when girls let their hair go in their face, or when girls or guys chew with their mouth open. She hates those things. I didn't do that to myself. They didn't try to kidnap me. They kidnapped me. They held me against my will. They forced me to do terrible things. And they kidnapped me for 3 days or 2 days. Stop fucking asking me shit. Leave me alone. Go away and fuck. I need to get a new phone desperately. Xavier's father, isn't it wild that Xavier doesn't work or make any money or even try? They don't let him, in his defense. They control him. They make him look so bad sometimes. You know, they make him do awful things. But then I work 7 days a week, every single day. And now there's a problem with my phone. I can't unlock my iCloud. They locked my iCloud remotely, so I can't download any additional applications. And they locked my Grubhub account, so I can't cash out my balance in instant cash out. And I have to wait to see when they send it. And the fraud that LA Fitness was doing to my account in the amount of, I believe, $54.99 or $49.99, they supposedly filed a claim for. And when I just checked my account, they reversed 3 $5 charges. I've never been charged $5 from LA Fitness. It was $54 for multiple months, and I paid cash for my membership. And I canceled my membership in February and stopped going.
Please don't say anything about me or my family.
Have you guys ever heard that expression, he's showing his ass? Like he's acting badly and doing so like intentionally and entertained to do so? I don't know, how much energy I could feel the lines changing and intermittently a lot of issues and problems. I have videos and photos of them. I can feel it when they're placed. I'm tired, I need to work every day. My bills were due 3 days ago, and I have a 10-day grace period. And then they locked my account. 9 days after removing me from my apartment for no reason. After promising me that I would never go through any of that again, that I would never have to worry about not having a safe place to live, that I would never have to worry about not having money coming in. And the thorough documentation is really what does it for me. There's no question. There's no question at all. I'm driving around every day, minding my own business, delivering people their food or packages from Sephora or orders from Home Depot or whatever comes through the meter. Some days, not even making the federal minimum wage. Still driving, nonetheless, as many hours as I can. And then that video I made the other day when we were parked by Gibson's, and I was like, I'm starving. I don't have any money for food. I'm saving my budget for my bills. Someone ordered me a steak from Gibson's. It sounds so good from Gibson's, a garlic mashed potato steak and green beans. And then last night, Xavier was being really nasty to me. Really nasty. After, for the last 9 days, he's made me hunt him down, find him in a trance-like state, wandering through alleys, all sorts of weird things. And they said to me, or
he said to me something really rude, just really rude. And then that he was too tired to talk anymore. And then I fall asleep in my car, as per the usual for the last 9 days. That's where I've been sleeping, in my car. And he's so exhausted, he just goes to sleep. He doesn't sleep in the car. When I offered him to sleep in the car, he would get out in the middle of the night and leave all the doors unlocked so that I wasn't safe in here, sitting on some random side street with all these creeps walking around. So I told him if he wants to sleep in the car, he has to stay in the car and leave the doors locked. Then he did it again. The next time I let him stay in there, just gets out in the middle of the night, doesn't wake me, and leaves everything open and unlocked. And then he lays down on his yoga mat, and some lady walks up with a big bag from Gibson's. But it's just bottles of water for Xavier and a blanket for Xavier. And then Xavier, who is too tired to speak to me, his wife, the mother of our son, he says, "Oh, hello," and gets up real perky and has a whole entire kind conversation with this strange woman with the Gibson's bag. And I'm working 7 days a week, 12 plus hours a day, just to be okay, just to ensure that I have this car to sleep in. This is my car. I purchased it about 10 months ago. I've taken it for all of the maintenance and oil changes, and purchased 2 years of city stickers for close to $400, and no one helps me with any of that. And then they freeze my phone, lock me out of my iCloud. And Xavier goes, "We have to go to my dad's. I have to pick up a payment." And we go over to his dad's, and his dad gives him an iPhone. And no, it wasn't for me. I thought it was too. It's just crazy that this makes people happy, It's so much planning and malicious intent. Why? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think there's a single person walking around the face of the planet that I dislike so much that I'm going to invest so much time and energy in behaving in these ways. I've never, ever in my life taken an order that didn't belong to me from a food delivery application. Then this notification comes through saying that I, from July 20th to present, have been keeping people's food, that their deliveries have not been being received. Xavier, that smells really bad. It smells nothing like weed. It smells like a chemical. Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Please stop blowing that in here or anywhere around me. God. So I think it's safe to assume that these people are fucking crazy and stalking me again, making up lies about me just based on the last week, driving down the street at Addison and Clark, being surrounded by 8 to 9 squad cars, claiming that I had shown a car full of guns and bombs to multiple individuals, and that they received numerous calls that I was wielding guns and had a plan to blow up the Wrigley Field. They searched my entire car. It's game day. There's people all over all the stadiums, on the balconies, everywhere. And I'm just standing there shaking, And that's the day that my debit card was also stolen. And then today, the lies with my account. And it's just, there is nothing truthful that these people could say about me that's negative. Because I literally go above and beyond. I do every single thing within my power. And I constantly call upon the higher authority for protection and advocacy and assistance. Very, very much transparent. That's the only way that you can survive when you're being treated the way I'm being treated. In the absence of my truth, their lies begin to spread like a plague. You know, 1 week of me being quiet, not addressing the record, turns into 7 weeks of questioning based on the false intentions and, premeditated, malicious, slanderous narratives that begin to be circulated in my silence. You hear my voice, right? Why don't you go back about 2 weeks when I was still sleeping safely and calmly in my apartment? And the authority was a perceived trusted authority, meaning they weren't allowing me to be harmed or taken advantage of. They weren't inhibiting me from getting my work done. I'm exhausted in ways I can't even describe, and I don't have another phone. And I called Apple, and the lady was a bitch, an awful fucking bitch. I'm looking at an email from May 19th, 2026, where they went through and changed my iCloud password on my behalf because someone had hacked in and changed it. And I'm telling her, I don't have access to the trusted phone number, but I do have access to the trusted email. Oh, well, there's nothing we can do. So you're just going to keep my phone locked so that I can't download any other work opportunities, and I'm just literally stranded with no way. I have no access to iTunes. But again, I want to remind you, I'm the only one who's been supporting Xavier and I, and today he walked up with a brand new iPhone. But he won't give it to me. And he doesn't use a phone. He has a tablet and a free text now number. So I guess I've got to start figuring it out, right? Yesterday I didn't eat at all, so today I had to make sure I ate something healthy. I had a chicken Caesar salad and about a cup of homemade mac and cheese with white cheddar. Also a piece of cake. I'm scared. I miss my kids. And I'm tired. But I have no more voice left for tonight, so I hope you guys have a wonderful, fabulous evening and that you're somewhere comfortable and safe. Because in whatever dimension of reality they dropped me in today, doing drugs and being disobedient and disorderly towards your wife are rewardable offenses. And going to work 7 days a week to support your family, send money to your children whenever possible for food or whatever else they need. Those types of things are frowned upon, apparently. It's fucking crazy, bro. Seriously. My other page, My Brand Is Not For Sale, is taking a little breather. But I have videos. I have videos all over my phone and YouTube and in my emails and on my socials documenting which malicious, as I've referred to them, hostile takeovers of my free will and actual personality, character, and moral alignment from day to day. I can't go through this shit again. This is fucking wild. I've paid my dues. More than paid my dues. They just keep following us and doing weird fucking shit over and over. And for the person who said I was drinking alcohol in my car, this is a bottle of water. It's water, not wine. I don't drink alcohol and I don't do drugs. I don't even smoke pot. So you guys have a good night.